Now, I know you're here because you want my take on the whole JK Rowling and Emma Watson affair. There's been tons of commentary already about it. I'm going to give you my take, but I guarantee you it's going to be in a way that you probably have never thought about it before. But before I give you my take, I want to tell you a story. Within the story will be my take. So make sure that you listen and watch to the end, and you'll see how I tie it all together. There's an old Albanian folktale about a mother named Rosafa. The men of her town, they wanted to build a castle, but no matter how hard they tried, the castle would crumble every night. They were exasperated. They needed this castle to stand so that their community could survive and withstand attack. The oracle gave them a very cruel choice. I can help you build this foundation that will stand forever, but you will have to have a living woman be sacrificed and built into the foundation. And so they chose Rosafa. She was a young mother. And when they told her that she would be sealed in the stone, she begged them that if she must do this, leave one breast exposed so that I can still feed my child. Leave one hand free so that I might comfort him. And leave one eye uncovered so that I can watch over him. And so it was done, and Rosafa was entombed within the walls, her body gone, but her milk continued to flow, nourishing the child. And the castle stood tall, but only because the mother's body and milk were walled away. The milk from her breast became the mortar that fortified the structure that kept everyone safe. And today in our culture, we are still walling off our mothers. Do you want to know what I mean? JK Rowling is the mother of Harry Potter, and she's also Rosafa. From her mind, she built a world that billions have lived inside of. Hogwarts, the castle, the spells, the sorting hat, the butterbeer, even the scar on Harry Potter's forehead. All of it was her gift, her creation, her milk that nourished billions. And yet, she has been sealed behind the walls. Politicians, celebrities, studios, and even fans have decided that the castle must endure, but the mother must be hidden. They will wall her off to keep themselves safe, to show that they're on the right side of politics and the right side of history. And yet, they keep drinking her milk. The movies are still running. The theme parks that still sell butterbeer for $8 a pop. The merchandise that they sell at Target that's overflowing. The new series from HBO. Everyone benefits from Rowling's milk while pretending she simply does not exist. Now enter Emma Watson. For years, Watson distanced herself from Rowling. She was vocal about her disapproval of Rowling's stance on gender identity and trans issues. And to many, Watson was one of the loudest voices helping wall Rowling off.
It's not about a difference of opinion, though, is it? You publicly came out against her when she was speaking about her concerns. You decided to go public against her. You had a phone number. I've got no doubt you have a phone number. Could have just given her a ring, said, I don't really agree with you, maybe da-da-da-da. You went against her publicly, in a way that was trying to shame her, if we're being honest. And you didn't need to. There was no reason for you to have to do this publicly. Yeah, you could have waited a while, you could have said something later, but by coming out against her that day, it picked you as the good guy and her as the bad guy, which meant that you would gain from it. And that's why she did it, because there was something in it for her. And if she had to step over the person that made her, so fucking what? I'm getting something out of this.
But then just recently, Emma Watson appeared to soften her stance a little bit in an interview with Joe Shetty. Is his name Joe Shetty? Jay Shetty. In an interview with Jay Shetty, she gave a hint of reconciliation, suggesting that she could not ignore what Rowling had created, and that the legacy of Harry Potter was bigger than the controversies.
I can love her. I can know she loved me. I can be grateful to her. I can know the things that she said are true. And that can be this whole other thing. And my job feels like to just to hold all of it.
She even said more than that. She said, basically, that Joe was right. And in that moment, it was as if the child who had walled off the mother was saying, perhaps I still need your milk. But this isn't about whether Rowling is right or wrong in her beliefs. This is about the cycle. How quickly we sacrifice our mothers, our creators, our friends, our family to the wall when it is convenient. And then when the wind shifts, when the political tide changes, when it becomes expedient again, we consider pulling them out, brushing them off, and saying, well, maybe we went too far. Folklore exists because it reveals human nature. The Ruzafa story is not just about one mother. It's about the way we build our castles on sacrifice. The walls only stand because someone we love has been entombed because we have betrayed them. And isn't that what we do today? We cut off friends who say the wrong thing on social media. We distance ourselves from family when their opinions clash with ours. We block, mute, and cancel, walling them off for our own safety, for our own image, and for our own survival. But still, we siphon off of them. We still take their milk, the lessons that they taught us. We still rely on the love they gave us, the lessons they taught us, and the world they built for us. Harry Potter children grew up nourished by Rowling's imagination. They became who they are in part because of her. And yet now they say, we want the milk, but not the mother. And this is where the arrogance comes in. We think we can wall off the mother and still drink the milk forever. But our history shows us that castles built on denial eventually crack. Castles built on illogic crumble. We cannot keep pretending that nourishment comes from nowhere. It always comes from someone's sacrifice, from someone's creation, from a parent, from someone who gave their life, their time, their body, their words, their love. When Emma steps back toward Rowling, it's not just celebrity gossip. It's a parable. It's about all of us. How we cut people off when it's inconvenient, how we abandon them when the world demands it, how we pretend we don't need them until the tide shifts, and then suddenly we do. But how many walls have we built? How many mothers, fathers, friends, creators will we entomb just to make our castles stand? And how many of us will still come back to drink the milk of the very people they betrayed? Rosafa's story hasn't lasted for centuries because it's not just about her. It's about all of us. And whether it's folklore from the ancient castle to the modern castles of Harry Potter and Hollywood, the truth is the same. We are still walling off our mothers. And the question is, when the castle begins to crack, will we remember that it was us who bricked them off behind the wall to keep ourselves safe? But maybe there's an even deeper question. Maybe we should start questioning the society that makes us so afraid that we have to build a wall in the first place. So that's my take on the JK Rowling and Emma Watson situation. And remember the people who created you. Have courage and don't be a coward and disavow them just because the mob is coercing you to do so. Because in the end, time always tells the truth. Make sure you're always on the side of truth.